of Joanna Man overcame his homeless past.
The guy kicked me out of the bus station, so I started sleeping behind the bus station.
Then,
Cindy Crawford, you can't call this supermodel a space cadet. Wait a minute, hold that thought.
Will she rock it with the Russians and Cindy's personal crusade? He'd right home.
Plus, you think just the contestants get emotional? We're watching American Idol at Paula Abdul's house.
They cut me out.
Easy, Paula. You can't win them all, or can you?
big winner Willa.
And Access Hollywood starts now.
Will Smith, Janet Jackson, P. Diddy. It's a power-packed night of stars. Hi, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nancy O'Dell. The second annual BET Awards brought out the biggest names in Hollywood.
Congratulations, you had a long history with BET, don't you?
I know, right? This is, this is my spot.
Will Smith made up for that Oscar loss, winning a BET Best Actor award for his role in Ali.
My spot, come here, get something to eat, hang out, get an award, present one to, to the greatest of all time, all in a night at BET.
Will's second honor of the night was presenting a humanitarian award to boxing legend Muhammad Ali, who in turn honored Will.
You play me better than me.
Both these men love a good fight, and Will has one right now. With his new album, Born to Reign, can Will outsell Nelly? And what about taking out Eminem? Like Ali, you're up for the challenge, I think. Don't you think so?
Yeah, that Joker selling a lot of records, though. He's selling a lot of records.
But you sell a lot of records, too, now.
We'll see what happens, the thing we always used to say in the ring is you don't wrestle with them in the shallow end. You drown them in the deep end,
Okay.
So, the first couple days where the record's coming out, you don't worry about that. You get them in the deep end. You get them on the final numbers.
The BET Awards, which celebrate excellence in music, film, and sports in the African-American community, also honored Ali's daughter, Layla Ali, as Best Female Athlete. Music honors went to Outkast for Best Group. Alicia Keys won Best New Artist, and India.Arie won Best Female R&B Artist. On our show recently, Alicia Keys said she wanted to do a duet with you.
Yeah, we made that pact. We're going to do that.
You're going to do it?
Yeah. And Stevie Wonder told both of us we had to, so
Right.
we can't say no.
Janet Jackson was on hand to present Video of the Year. P. Diddy accepted for pal Busta Rhymes. And Earth, Wind, and Fire was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. Chris Tucker had no problem with that. What was the highlight for you tonight?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up, I remember being 5 years old listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire in the backyard in Atlanta, Georgia, in the inner cities. And I remember, reasons that we're here. The reasons that we're here.
One could get you and Philip Bailey mixed up.
I know, because Philip I wrote a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire songs.
And getting ready for next year is the Reunited New Edition. The group hopes former frontman Bobby Brown, who was just released from the hospital after suffering from an infection, joins them on tour.
He's perfectly fine. He just knows that you guys like him, so he gives you things to talk about. So he gets the publicity that some of us can't pay for. So, you keep doing your thing, man, and get ready for that tour, you know what I mean? Because we need you to come pull your pants down so we can get all access.
Fun night, but it wasn't all laughs. In fact, during a commercial break, music rivals Suge Knight and Snoop Dogg exchanged words, and things quickly got tense until host Steve Harvey asked them to respect the ceremony. The two men then went their separate ways.
R. Kelly pleads not guilty. Today, the R&B singer entered his innocent plea to 21 counts of child pornography in a Chicago courthouse.
Robert, how do you feel?
Not right now, guys.
Making no other statement than that, the Grammy winner entered the courtroom amid screaming fans. Kelly remains free on $75,000 bail and is due back in court August 7th.
Meantime, Jennifer Aniston will have her day in court next week. This past Monday, a federal judge rejected her request for a jury trial in her lawsuit against two magazines. The magazines featured her sunbathing topless in her backyard. U.S. District Judge Ronald Liu said Aniston's lawyers did not properly make a jury demand under California law. Aniston will appear in court July 2nd.
And news today that the Piano Man, Billy Joel, has left the Connecticut hospital that specializes in psychiatric and substance abuse problems. Joel checked himself in 10 days ago. Nancy.
Fox has a certifiable hit on its hands with American Idol. For the first time since 1990, the network has the #1 and the #2 spots for the week with the darling 18 to 49 age group demographic. Thanks to American Idol. Now, last night, about 9 million of you tuned in to watch, and we went home with Judge Paula Abdul to watch. Our Tony Potts has the story.
Talent of this group is amazing. Wow.
Paula Abdul had some color commentary as she and a house full of friends watched the second group of finalists on American Idol last night.
It will be you and I.
His cousin's Mark Anthony.
You know I'd fight for you, but how can I find someone who...
I gotta tell you, he got a tan because Simon called him Corpse Boy.
Paula is one of American Idol's 3 judges, along with record producer Randy Jackson and British record executive Simon Cowell, whose often cruel comments have her seeing red.
They cut me out saying that! I said jealousy is not a pretty color on you, Simon. They cut me out. A lot of me duking it out with Simon just conveniently gets cut out. So I sit there and I'm like watching and I'm going, what happened? You know, and I'm going, hey, wait a minute. Totally stood up to him.
Of course, Simon has a different explanation for their tempestuous relationship.
Hey, she seems to be, there's a little tension between you two. What kind of tension is that?
Sexual.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah? How do you figure?
I think she's probably very interested in me.
I don't know what he's smoking. I have no idea.
Now, Paula won't admit which contestants she likes best, but she and her pals did go crazy when Justin performed, and they were all frantically dialing for their favorites once the phone lines opened. The next 3 winners will be announced tonight, live on Fox.
I absolutely think, without a doubt, you will see the next American Idol coming out of this show.
Alrighty then. Now, NSYNC's Lance Bass has passed the physical test to be launched into space. Only problem, the cost, $20 million. So while Lance looks for somebody to foot the bill, the Russian space station commander has said he'd rather see somebody prettier aboard. And Billy Bush was with the commander's top choice. Billy.
That's right, Bat. It's supermodel Cindy Crawford, and no offense to Lance, I got the chance to ask her if she'd really consider the commander's offer.
Would you really go up there and be like, kids, I'll see you in a week. Mommy's going to space.
You know, I don't know how could I turn, I don't know. I mean, seriously, like my husband said, would you really go? And I said, no. And he's like, oh, I would. And then I thought, well, how could you turn that down? You know, it's...
You could bring Randy. It might be very romantic.
Yeah, I doubt it. Those spacesuits are a little hard to maneuver.
Is space Cindy's next frontier? Well, it's a fantasy flight far, far away. As she joked with me, to really blast off with the Russians, they'd have to nix the $20 million flying fee, and she needs to be back home in a week.
So, if they can make that deal with me, I'd think about it.
For now, she's commanding another project, something close to heart. The spokesperson for Strength for Caring, a support program for cancer caregivers. Growing up, Cindy's mom took care of her ailing younger brother, who died from leukemia.
Your brother, Jeff. Can you tell me what he was like?
The most kind of memorable or the biggest impression he left with me is that he was very spiritual. When he was 3 years old, my mom walked into his room and he was sitting at his little kid table, you know, with the little chairs and had his hands crossed. And my mother said, what are you doing? And he said, I'm praying. And she said, what are you praying for? And he said, so that when I die, you'll be okay.
Behind that beautiful smile is definitely a woman of strength. Cindy's grandmother is a breast cancer survivor, and she's been a longtime advocate for that cause as well. For more information on Strength for Caring, visit their website.
Up next, accusations of physical abuse and drug use. Tatum O'Neal strikes back at ex-husband John McEnroe. Then it's Pearl Harbor Plus. They've gone to the extremes for the new no-holds-barred version. And
I walked around in a daze.
His harsh life before movie stardom. A touching true story coming up.
In tonight's Access Info, it's the adults versus the kids again this weekend at the box office. So which new movie are you most excited to see? Mr. Deeds or Hey Arnold, the movie? Log on to our website at accesshollywood.com on MSN. Access Hollywood brought to you by Walmart. Walmart has your favorite action, family, and comedy videos and DVDs at everyday low prices.
There's nothing better than watching a great family movie. Get a blanket, a pillow, pop some popcorn, and you're ready to go.
We got Hollywood's great movies at Walmart's low prices.
We have a lot of good ones here.
We got Goonies, Gremlins,
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We got Wizard of Oz, one of my favorite movies in the world.
Superman,
Batman, Scooby-Doo.
Mary
Kate and Ashley. Great movies movies on video and DVD at everyday low prices.
For great movies, Walmart's the ticket.
You know you brought them up right when you watch them run. You can feel their strength. You don't just see a dog. You see an athlete. A champion. This workout brought to you by Pedigree, the best-selling dog food brand in the world. Pedigree, developed with vets, recommended by top breeders.
Looks like Bernie Mac is coming to dinner. The comedian is in talks to do a remake of the 1967 Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, with Mac playing the Spencer Tracy role.
Would you like to shop for furniture in a place with that Saturday market feel, where you can browse for hours and never see the same thing twice? Well, that's what you'll do at Stanton Furniture. You'll see nothing but the beauty and character of solid wood, and you'll smell its aroma. You'll see old-world craftsmanship that can be finished to match any decor. You'll enjoy lower prices, more selection, and the personal care of 41 years of family-owned commitment. With 2 stores to serve you, there's no place like Stanton.
Easy Auto Financing. Log on or make the call now. 1-888-345-CARS.
I was having trouble getting approved for an auto loan because of the discharge bankruptcy, so I made the call over my touch-tone phone, and it was easy.
24 hours a day. Totally automated and confidential. Log on now. 345cars.com or make the call now. 1-888-345-CARS.
I was tired of being turned down for a car loan because of questionable credit, so I made the call.
Log on and apply or make the call now. 1-888-345-CARS.
When my migraines start, light and noises bother me. I feel nauseous. I wonder, this time, how long will it last? And will the pain be bearable?
If you suffer from 2 to 8 migraines per month, you may qualify for a research study testing an investigational migraine medication. Call 888-808-PAIN.
I've got to call.
Call 888-808-PAIN today.
I mean, she's also told me a couple days ago that I was a great dad. Now I'm a horrible dad.
It's the he said, she said match. Tennis great John McEnroe versus ex-wife Oscar winner Tatum O'Neal. He launched the first attack in his tell-all book. Now she's firing back in People magazine. The writer who got Tatum to talk gives us his tell-all.
The night that Tatum finally left, McEnroe kicked and pushed her, she says, down 4 flights of stairs. And at the bottom said, "Get the blank out of my house."
It's the next round of the Tatum O'Neal-John McEnroe War of Words. In the upcoming issue of People magazine, which hits newsstands Friday, Todd Gold interviews the 38-year-old Oscar winner. Angered by her ex-husband's new book, she fights back with allegations that McEnroe physically and verbally abused her and their children.
She read me a transcript of a taped conversation that showed McEnroe verbally abusing her over and over and over again. During the conversation, he admits to having hit one of their sons, hit him hard enough to leave marks.
O'Neal, a former heroin addict, also claims that McEnroe left many damning details of his own hard drug abuse out of his bestseller.
She claims that he used drugs much more regularly than he claims in his book, that he smoked pot almost every day of their marriage, that cocaine was a part of the drug use, that the first night they made love, they had done cocaine.
But love soon turned to war. Tatum alleges McEnroe's legendary temper constantly got the better of him.
She talked about incidents of physical abuse where he held her arm behind her. She thought he was going to break her arm, where she was pushed down.
In a statement to People, McEnroe had this to say, quote, "I'm very disappointed in Tatum's statements. I'd hoped that after all these years, she would see things more accurately and that she would share my concern for the welfare of our children." And Tatum has even more allegations. She tells Barbara Walters on 2020, claiming that John also used steroids. That 2020 interview airs on Friday. Nancy.
Tonight on TV, Walters View co-host Star Jones makes the season debut of Soul Food on Showtime at 10 o'clock. Over on Comedy Central at 10 o'clock, it's an all-new episode of South Park. And A&E takes viewers back to the 1981 assassination attempt of Ronald Reagan. Minute by Minute premieres at 10 o'clock. And for a little lighter fare, you can check out The Tonight Show with Jay Leno as Men in Black 2 Week continues. On the couch tonight, Will's on-screen love interest, Rosario Dawson.
Still ahead here, what you haven't seen in Pearl Harbor until now. We're with the filmmakers for their stunning new R-rated version. And he had fallen about as low as one can go, from homeless to a movie star. An incredibly true story at Seconds Away.
Hey, Mom, can I have a napkin?
David, these are new Brawny napkins. You just need a regular napkin. Now, a mess like that needs a Brawny napkin.
You think that needs a Brawny napkin? Now this needs a Brawny napkin.
New Brawny napkins use tight weave construction to pack fibers extra tight for the softness you like and the strength for any mess.
Think that needs a Brawny napkin?
Introducing new Brawny napkins, softer and stronger than the leading everyday napkin.
Looking for some hot deals on the latest styles in home furnishings? Then now's the time to make tracks to Furniture Row Outlet. That's because right now we're having our 4th of July Sizzling Savings event, which means you'll save on the season's latest looks. Plus, you can get no payments and no interest for 1 full year. Don't be left out in the cold. Head on over to Furniture Row Outlet's 4th of July Sizzling Savings event today and get no payments and no interest for 1 full year. 3540 Commercial Street Southeast, next to Fred Meyer's.
Joe Coruscante at Premier Auto Group directs his latest masterpiece at Beaverton Lincoln Mercury.
This scene calls for huge savings of all new Lincolns and Mercuries. And action!
Get $5,000 off MSRP on a Grand Marquis or 0% APR for 60 months.
Give me more!
And get $5,000 off MSRP on 2002 Mercury Sables and 2002 Mercury Cougars are just $12,995.
Brilliant! I smell Oscar!
Now showing at Beaverton Lincoln Mercury on Canyon Road in Beaverton. Delicious, healthy meals for your family start with quality cuts of meat from Gartner's Meat Market. For over 44 years, Gartner's has been selling only the finest quality cuts of meat possible, backed by the best in customer service. Each customer is waited on by a real butcher who can custom cut the meat you want the way you want it. This 4th of July, make sure your barbecue is a hit with the kids. Try Gartner's famous seasoned hot dogs. Gartner's Meat Market, where quality and service are always a cut above. On Killingsworth in Portland.
Ready? Ew! Boom! Sorry about that. Oh! Now that's what I call an assist.
That is the new comedy Joanna Man in theaters now. It's about a basketball star who ends up posing as a woman after he's booted out of the NBA. For the film's leading man, it was one tough road to the big screen because there was a time when he was forced to sleep on the streets. Sean Robinson talked to the star about his rags to riches story. Sean.
Nancy, this is the much admired Hollywood Walk of Fame, but 20 years ago, these streets were home to Miguel A. Nunez, star of Joanna Man. His struggle to the top is tonight's Inside Story. You went from being an unknown to having people come up to you constantly as you walk down the street. What does that feel like?
It feels good, and it feels weird because when I first used to walk down Hollywood Boulevard, people would look at me and scowl and walk the other way.
Eating at a Mission, sleeping on a park bench, and stealing coins from a fountain.
I thought it was going to be Emerald City. It's going to be movie stars and cars.
That's the way Miguel lived for a year.
For the first 2 weeks, I walked around in a daze.
But the North Carolina native was full of tenacity, always striving to fulfill his dream of becoming a star. Miguel, you have a very interesting story about how you got your first job.
Yeah, I was riding on a bus, and I saw a line of people outside, and I said, "What's going on?" The guy said, "They're having a cattle call." I took a guy's resume, I whited his name off, went and put my name on it, went back and got in line, and I ended up getting the lead in a Geno's restaurant commercial.
We go to Geno's.
Unanimously! Now Miguel is a star on the big screen. Never imagining his premiere would be at the place he visited so many times. That must have been an incredible experience.
Absolutely. When I went down that line, I wanted to start crying, but I had to be manly.
But did you cry, like, inside?
No. Kind of inside. It was warming, heartwarming, because, like you said, I cannot believe that I actually had my premiere at the Chinese Theater. Looking at the theater, looking at the names, and saying one day.
Well, how about this? We are walking up on a star that doesn't have a name.
Here we go.
Yours might be there one day?
Okay, you heard it here first on Access Hollywood. My name is going to be on one of these stars. And the day that it happens, I'm going to invite Access Hollywood to have the major coverage on that event. And you better be there.
He means it. Oh, we wouldn't want to miss that. Now, up next for Miguel, He is co-starring with Eddie Murphy in the space comedy, The Adventures of Pluto Nash. That's in theaters August 16th. Pat, back to you in the studio.
All right, Sean, now big DVD news today. In a staggering move, Fox is spending $85 million to market the release of the DVD of Ice Age. It's their biggest animated film ever, grossing $175 million at the box office. So when it comes to DVD, it isn't about leftovers. Take Pearl Harbor, for example. The filmmakers are releasing their second DVD. This one is the movie they really wanted to make.
We made this movie more graphic.
It's the version of Pearl Harbor that you didn't see, and producer-director Michael Bay doesn't hold back with the director's cut DVD.
I always wanted to shoot an R-rated movie.
The R-rated director's cut also contains more vivid war material, so graphic we can't show you. There are additional minutes of the actual attack scene, plus several new angles. So why was it kept out of theaters? Dollars, cents, and pressure.
When movies reach over $100 million in budget, it's sometimes a mandate from the studios that are financing the movie that it be PG-13.
We were with Bay and producer Jerry Bruckheimer as they recorded their commentary for the DVD.
I'm going to try to recall, you know, the great memories of making the movie and the drama of trying to get it made.
Now, this shot was the first wave of 189 planes that came in. These are all digital planes.
This version offers over 12 hours of new bonus materials, from a play-by-play explanation of various scenes, including the attack on the USS Arizona.
You know, we're trying to keep with the history of the attack in terms of the timeline of when this Arizona, right here, what you're seeing is struck by that bomb. It fell from 10,000 feet to the magazine room where they would keep all this gunpowder, thus making this explosion so tremendously huge.
Son of a...
That special edition of Pearl Harbor comes out July 2nd, and new to DVD stores this week, the Best Picture Oscar nominee, Gosford Park.
Oscar nominee Kate Hudson and co-star Naomi Watts head to Paris for their new film, Le Divorce.
C'était sur 3 premières.
Hudson shot on location for 3 months, and in between learning her lines, she says she also learned that it's not always great being an American in Paris.
Sometimes I'll be walking down the street and I'll hear some American and I'll just go, of course they hate us. You know, of course they can't stand us. We're the most annoying, you know, boisterous creatures in the world. We come in and we eat, you know, mounds of food. We're like, where's the ketchup for our French fries? And you're going, oh, shut up.
Le Divorce opens in theaters in spring of 2003. Still to come, he's the champ, but who's the chump? Muhammad Ali shows he still stings like a bee, especially when it comes to his sense of humor.
There's nothing better than watching a great family movie. Get a blanket, a pillow, pop some popcorn, and you're ready to go.
We got Hollywood's great movies at Walmart's low prices.
We have a lot of good ones here.
We got Goonies, Gremlins,
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We got Wizard of Oz, one of my favorite movies in the world.
Superman,
Batman, Scooby-Doo.
Mary-Kate and
Ashley. Great movies on video and DVD at everyday low prices.
For great movies, Walmart's the ticket.
You know you brought them up right when you watch them run. You can feel their strength. You don't just see a dog, you see an athlete, a champion. This workout brought to you by Pedigree, the best-selling dog food brand in the world. Pedigree, developed with vets, recommended by top breeders.
Hey, Mom, can I have a napkin?
David, these are new Brawny napkins. You just need a regular napkin. Now, a mess like that needs a Brawny napkin.
You think that needs a Brawny napkin? Now this needs a Brawny napkin.
New Brawny napkins use tight weave construction to pack fibers extra tight for the softness you like and the strength for any mess.
Think that needs a Brawny napkin?
Introducing new Brawny napkins, softer and stronger than the leading everyday napkin.
The Phantom of the Opera returns to Keller Auditorium July 3rd, and you can win tickets to the show for you and a guest. Plus, get an exclusive backstage tour of the show. Enter to win at the Lloyd Center Mall. Brought to you by KGW and the Portland Opera presents Broadway in Portland. Joe Coruscant of Premier Auto Group directs his latest masterpiece at Beaverton Lincoln Mercury.
This scene calls for huge savings of all new Lincolns and Mercuries. And action!
Get $8,000 off MSRP on all 2002 Lincoln LSs.
Fabulous! Give me more!
2002 Lincoln Town Cars, 4 is just $29,988. And all 2002 Mountaineers in stock are $7,000 off MSRP.
Brilliant! I smell Oscar!
Now showing at Beaverton Lincoln Mercury on Canyon Road in Beaverton.
For 1 week only at Binion's. It's our 50% off frames and lenses sale. First, take 50% off any frame in the store. Then get an instant 50% rebate on your lenses. Now at Binion's.
Turn to Joe Donlin on Northwest News Channel 8.
Closed captioning and other considerations for Access Hollywood provided by...
Experience the new body lotion from Nivea. Its light-reflecting pigments illuminate your skin. As you moisturize, a silky shimmer evens out your skin tone for a flawless radiance in any light. New Nivea Silky Shimmer.
Hi, how can I? Yes, I'd like a set of Michelin cross-terrain SUV tires with white lettering, please.
Now at Sears Auto Center, we're having the biggest Michelin sale of the year at America's car care place. Sears, where else?
It's cool, it's hot, yeah, yeah. It can splash, and it can sizzle. New wishbone dressing and marinade. It's cool, it's hot.
There's no denying Muhammad Ali is the great one. Last night, not only did we see him at the BET Awards, he was on HBO's Real Sports, where veteran journalist David Frost paid a visit to the champ, who proves in our moment he can still pull a punch.
The effects from his Parkinson's are obvious. The frozen face, slowed speech, and involuntary tremors. During our interview, under the lights, he often closed his eyes, at one point even appearing to suddenly fall asleep. Carry on, or shall we stop for a break?
Teaser.
He's teasing.
Oh, teaser.
You did that brilliantly. We didn't know.
You are as dumb as you look.
Tomorrow on Access Hollywood is Tom Cruise.
That's right. We've got Cruise's British Report tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
See ya. On the next Access Hollywood, you've seen him here, you've seen him there. He's everywhere. Why? Because we're coming up on Big Willie weekend. We're at the Big Willie MIB2 premiere tonight, along with about everybody else in Hollywood. And can Will take down Cruise?
You don't have to chase me.
Hey, J-Lo's got a new man. Hey, stop that. A leading man. And Nancy's gone dancing again. Nancy, what are you and Mel up to this time? So, there you have it. Big Willie. Don't be silly. And Mel picks Nancy over me, Tony, Sean, and Billy. That's it. Good night, everybody.